Okay, to do the broken seed stitch or any stitch pattern that you're doing to the tip of the toe without having to do a Kitchener, to do the drawstring toe finish that I do, I'm going to show you how to do this. First off, I'm going to start with the easy side, which is the white side. And normally when you would knit over, you would be wrapping and turning. Okay, well, when you would normally wrap and turn, you're basically decreasing. Well, in this case, you're literally going to decrease. So I'm going to start over here and I'm going to decrease. Move that stitch over one. Okay, then I'm going to knit all the way over to here. Okay. Then I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to move it over to the next peg, and I'm going to work my way over to the end again. And if you're doing this on your loom and you're not doing it on the 36 peg like I am, just keep in mind you're decreasing down to where you wouldn't do any more wraps and turns on any other patterning. So typically what you do your wraps and turns down to is what you're going to decrease down to. And for me, it's going to be 6 stitches. Okay, so you're going to decrease again on this side, just like if you were wrapping and turning, but you're doing a literal decrease. And just knit your way over. I'll show you this one more time, and then we'll pause the video and let you complete this half. Okay, decrease on this side. And continue doing this until you're down to 6 stitches. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and get this side down to your 6 stitches, and then we will go from there and I will show you how to continue this broken seed stitch. Okay, you can see that I've decreased down to those 6 stitches, or however many stitches you need to decrease down to that you would typically do for your toe. And I've cut a long strand. Now I'm going to start with the other half, okay? And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to move that stitch over one, and because I did that, I know I'm going to need to start with a purl. I'm going to start with a purl and do a knit all the way, so purl knit all the way to the other side. Okay, now we're to the next section, okay, which means we're going to need to add our white back. Okay, so we're going to pick up our white and we're going to add it to the color. And I usually just stick around and do a half knot, pull it down to the base and do another half knot. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up my white and I'm going to decrease before I go and do my knits. So I'm going to take this last stitch and move it over one. Sorry, there's a lot of noise around here. Okay, then you're going to pick up your white and you're going to knit all the way over. Okay, now here's where it can get kind of strange. Because you decreased over here, you're going to be starting over here because the color's over here, but your next decrease would have been over here. So keep that in mind too. You're going to need to decrease by 1 over here. Okay. Then you're going to pick up this color and you're going to start with a pearl, knit the way over. And just keep up with your purl and your knit. Okay, we're going to purl these two together. Alright, we decreased on this side, now we know we need to go in and decrease on this side. Remember what you finished with, okay? You finished with a purl. Alright, you're going to pick up your white and you're going to knit your way over. Knit both together. Okay, we decreased on this side, so we know we need to decrease on this side. Now we finished with a purl, so we know we would have been needing to do a knit purl. Alright, so we're going to move this over, just one, and we're going to purl both of them together because we finished with a purl, and when we were to go back it would have been a knit purl. Okay, so when you move it over one, you're going to start with a purl, knit all the way over to the other side, alright, we finished with a purl. We're going to decrease by 1, and now this would have been, so because that was a purl that we finished with and we moved it over, it would have been a knit purl here. So you're going to know you're going to need to start with a purl again. Alright, so go ahead and pick up your white and knit your way down. Okay, you're going to decrease on this side. And you're going to pick up, remember what I told you, you're going to start with a purl. Because you finished with a purl, which would have started you with a knit, and this would have been a purl. So you're going to do a purl knit all the way over. And you're finishing with a purl again. Okay. Now, you're going to, you decrease on this side, you're going to decrease on this side. So you're going to move that one over. You're going to pick up your white and you're going to knit your way over. Okay. Now remember what you finished with over here. You finished with your purl. Okay. Because you decreased on this side, you're going to come over and you're going to decrease on this side. Now remember, you finished with a purl, which would have been a knit purl. So you know you need to purl your way back over. Okay. So there's your purl, knit, purl all the way over. Okay, we finished with a purl. Keep that in your head. Finished with a purl. Because we decreased on this side, we're going to decrease on this side. Because we finished with a purl, we know we're going to need to purl next time because we just moved it over to what would have been a purl section. So we're going to start with a purl again, and as you can see there's a pattern occurring. So go ahead and knit your way over. decrease on this side. Then you're going to pick up your color, and you're going to start with a purl because you decrease down. So purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. You're finishing with a purl. Keep that in mind. Okay. We decreased on this side. We're going to need to decrease on this side. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. Pick up our white. And you're going to just knit your way over. And this section is done. And that's how you get the toe down. Okay, and that's how you kind of figure out what you're doing. As you can see, the toe came out correct. That's what you want to continue to do, and it's a bit of a thing, but obviously with the even, you're just going to continue. Instead of knitting to start, you're going to start purling. Purl, knit every time. Now this could change up when you go in to do an odd number. You'll probably still be kind of flip-flopping back and forth. But that is how you go in and do the toe down to there. Okay, as you can see, we've got our halves done, and we're finishing with the long white on this side and a long white on this side. Okay. Now what I want to do is I need to get that knitted over, and I've got plenty to do it. Okay, so I'm going to knit that over so it's on the opposite side for me. Alright, because we want it on the opposite side. Okay, so we're going to take that this tail from this side, bring it over, and we're going to drawstring it off. So what you're going to do is you're going to toss the stitch over and then pull your tail through. And you can do that on this side. Now that I've done that, I'm going to take my tail that was from this side and move it over to here and do the same thing and drawstring it through. Okay, we're done with our loom. Put it to the side, and now to finish our toe. And what we're going to do is we're going to drawstring this side, then you're going to pull this side. Okay, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to save ourselves from having to do a whole bunch of knots and cutting and everything like that, which is the reason why I do it this particular method. Do you have to? No. You do not. But once you get it to the tightness you want, what you're going to do is you're going to take a needle and you're going to sew up these gaps on the side. Okay. So you're just going to take and sew up these gaps on the side on both sides. And that is how you create your seed stitch down to the tip of the toe with the drawstring.